Welcome back to Kosi's Arsenal podcast. My name is Kosi. Big up everybody on Kosi's Arsenal Army watching in right now. And of course, if you do find yourself watching this video after it's live, it's okay. It is, the rule, as long as you click on the video and click a like. So put that damn like in, put that damn subscription button in as well. Isn't that enough? Okay, your opinion also matters. Now, those are three basic rules we do have here: the comments, the likes, and the subscription button. As long as you do that, we are family. Join me today. It's tea. It's not juice. It's tea. It's tea. And it is the Everton Arsenal match preview. We are playing on Saturday. When the hell did we last play on Saturday? We've been playing on Monday, playing on Sundays. It's so boring. I don't remember the last time we played on Saturday. When was that? Saturday? No, I don't remember. Obviously, we have been in the Europa League. So many games coming thick and fast. That's why we've been playing on Sunday. But we are back on a Saturday against Merseyside-seated Everton. They have been doing so well in their past two games. 6 points. And how many points do we have in our past two games? 1 point. Can we beat Everton? What is the predicted lineup? What did Mikel Arteta say? What are the statistics as we go into this game? And what does Big Kosi think? I think we can beat Everton. Do you think that is possible? Give me your predictions down there in the comment box. It's a 2-1 for Arsenal in my prediction. Now, you're going to tell me, Kosi, you're fuming. You've been fuming. Arsenal can't do this. Why are you predicting this? It's my opinion. You can give me yours in the comments below. Why not? Let us get straight into the predicted lineup, because that is what I'm interested in more. What can Arsenal actually achieve? The predicted lineup. This is one of the things that are going to make us or break us in that game. If we are going to get points in this game, it's going to be because of the predicted lineup we go for. So Mikel Arteta needs to know this. He needs to know this. Predicted lineup, the selection is going to be very key. They have key players like Calvert-Lewin, Richarlison. So how do you set up against Everton? Let's get into it. So you can see I have a clean sheet. I have a very, very clean slate. So everybody stands a chance on merit. Like me, I'm not like Mikel Arteta. Everybody stands a chance. So we are going to go one player by one, the goalkeeper and everybody in there. Who deserves to have a chance in this Arsenal side? So the goalkeeper, I'm not going to say many things about him. Is Bernd Leno. He's a nice goalkeeper. You guys know that. He's a nice goalkeeper. Let's just put in some energy. I love his reflexes, but I hate his footwork and I hate the way he plays the ball. But he's a good goalkeeper. In the centre-back pairing, that's where we have a lot of problems. Pablo Mari has a chance to start because Gabriel Magalhaes is actually out. You get me? So Gabriel is out. So we have Pablo Mari, David Luiz, Rob Holding, Chambers, and Mustafi for selection. How many left-footed centre backs do we have? We have Gabriel, we have Mustafi, we have who else? Mari. Is Mustafi a left-footed centre back? I don't know anymore because I don't really follow that guy anymore. But look, I want to play Pablo Mari. Don't say because you're crazy, because I'm not crazy. I want to play Pablo Mari. Where is he? No. Where the hell is he? No, I just typed in Mari, Pablo. Pablo Mari. Again, doesn't come in. So I'll go for Pablo Mari. What the hell is this? Unfound. It should be so frustrating. Pablo. I should have Pablo Mari somewhere. Juan Pablo. Whoa. There should be Pablo Mari, Arsenal. Pablo Mari. Well, I think he doesn't want me to use him, but I would have gone with Pablo Mari. For one reason, I think Mari is a left-footed centre-back, very, very calm. Very, very calm on the ball. I would have loved to use Pablo Mari, and I don't want to change that because I can't get him. So I'll keep looking through to see if I can get Pablo Mari. He's a very, very calm center back. He doesn't have the pace, and that's one of the things that you guys are gonna criticize me for, because Pablo Mari doesn't have pace and so on. He's a very slow center back, but I love him for that, and I would want to start him at Arsenal for that. But the problem is I cannot find him in my list. I really can't find him in my list. So then the first center back I'll go with is David Lowy. I'll just look at that. So one of the first, I'll partner Pablo Mari with David Lowy. In my case, I think Mari is a calm center back, somehow a ball playing center back. David Lowy is also a ball playing center back, but Mari is a little bit slower. I mean, David Lowy is fast, but he makes a lot of stupid mistakes. He's gonna make a lot of stupid mistakes. He loves going so much forward. But I think the experience is the reason as to why I would actually play both of them. So since I can't find Pablo Mari, and I know man like Mikel Arteta is going to play Rob Holding, so I'll put Rob Holding here. But just keep in mind that this should have been Pablo Mari and David Lowy. That is the lineup I would want. In the right back, Hector Bellerin makes his switch back. He comes back. His suspension, he was suspended for one game, the game against Southampton, and everybody was happy. I was happy as well. But he's now back, so I think Hector Bellerin will be playing in there. I don't want him to play there. I'm telling you. I don't think Ainsley had a good game, like most people were saying. I don't think he had a good game. I just don't think he had a good game. But I would play Bellerin there, because I know Mikel Arteta is going to choose him. And then lastly, is to complete my defense is Kieran Tierney. So it's unlucky that I don't get Pablo Mari. It's unlucky that I don't get Pablo Mari. But I would have wanted him to start in there. Now the midfield, Xhaka is still out for 2 more games. So Elneny has to make a start. I mean, he's so lucky these days. I wonder why, he's a national player still, but he's one of the actually best players we have right now. That clearly shows you that Arsenal is drowning more and more and more and more. But in that midfield, you have Mohamed Elneny, who will be partnered by Ceballos. I think that is another constant. Ceballos will have to come back in that midfield with Bukayo Saka. Why did I put Pablo? Why did I put Ceballos on that side? It should be here. Okay, let's just do this. Put Saka on the left. Let's put Saka on the left, and then we put Ceballos on the right, right? That makes some sense, because we can't play Ceballos on the left. So I think the midfield will still look like that. I don't see Mikel Arteta really change. I mean, even if he wanted to change, there isn't anything he's going to change in that midfield. Mohamed Elneny, still the person who wants to give you the give you the defensive cover, not one player that you can get it from. Dani Ceballos will be distributing the ball throughout the pitch. His passing sideways is expected. And Bukayo Saka, the elite creative spark. You get me? The elite creative spark we have in the side. So I think we have the elite creative spark playing with Kieran Tierney down there on the left, and then completed by Aubameyang on the left. I think still Aubameyang will not come back through the middle. He'll be playing there on the left. He scored a goal against Southampton. I don't know how many minutes had we taken without scoring a goal. 8 hours and how many minutes? So long. But we scored a goal from open play, because the last goal we had scored had been against Manchester United, and it was a penalty still from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So both goals we have scored. Actually, we have scored 3 goals. One from Cedric, one from Aubameyang, and the other from actually 2 from Aubameyang and one from and one from Gabriel Magalhaes against Wolves. And the right wing, you think Pepe needs more game time. I'm going to defend him. I know you're going to tell me, because he was shit. He's not good enough. He was not so good against in Southampton. He didn't do anything. Yeah, I know he didn't do anything, but he needs a tally. He needs game time. Like we have given William time. William has played 9 games, 10 games this season. So we need to give Pepe time. Let us see what can he do in 3 games. What can he do in 4 games, 5 games, and see if he continues to be the same crap player. Then you're like, okay, we leave him out. But if he becomes better, there is no reason as to why we don't use him. I'm telling you, he's a good player. He's a good player. He might actually, make us, surprised. Now, again, I want to play Lacazette down through the middle, and I'll criticize Mikel Arteta against Southampton. He plays Eddie Nketiah, who was totally useless in that game. I'm telling you, he was totally useless in that game. And ask myself, Lacazette has been one of our best players when he's playing in that number 10 role. So probably if you have Saka trying to create and Alexander Lacazette also trying to create some changes, you stand a chance. You get me? You're standing a chance. But he keeps off Alexander Lacazette and plays Eddie Nketiah, particularly one player who was really making me sick the whole game. So he should be playing Lacazette, Pepe, and Aubameyang. That should be his starting. Those should be his starting three. That should be the forward line that he uses. So I think that is my predicted lineup. Unless you have a predicted lineup of yours, that is mine. So let us get into my thoughts of this game. Then we go into the statistics. And finally, we go into the press conference of Mikel Arteta. What does he, as a manager, think about the game? Is he confident that he can win it? Can he grab points? Are they 3 points to grab from the team itself, Everton? It's not an easy game. So what are my thoughts? What are my thoughts on this game? Let me tell you guys. First and foremost, I think Everton is a very pressing team. They don't sit back, so you don't expect us not to have the ball. I think we are going to have the same performance we had against what was that? Southampton. It's going to be the same game. It's going to be the same game. The same performance against Southampton is what we are going to see. They're going to try to look out for Calvert-Lewin, but they have Didier Doucouré in the midfield, so they're going to be pressing, running all the time. They're going to run and tire down our midfield. Mohamed El Neni, Danny Ceballos. I mean, if they got lost, versing James Ward-Prowse and Oriol Romeo, I don't know. I pity them. They are really going to get tired against Everton. Everton has the quality that Southampton don't have. And of course, I think, they are the better side than Southampton, although Southampton has been having a very good run of games. But you could see the way Southampton were playing against us. We had some moments. In this game, I still think we shall get some moments. The Alex Iwobis will come in and the Didier Doucourés and everybody. But we shall get some moments. We need to go out there and use our chances. Just look, like you saw Aubameyang use his chance against Southampton. If we can do that, Arsenal 2-1. I'm telling you, we can get the chances. The good thing with Everton is one. If you look out two players, you look down two players, you can win this game. Who are those? Richarlison. Make sure Richarlison does not get the better of you, and make sure Dominic-Lewin is, is it Dominic Calvert-Lewin or I don't care. He is not getting the supply. As soon as Dominic, Calvert-Lewin gets that supply, we are done. As soon as you let Richarlison run the show, you're gone. Now, it's going to be Richarlison, Dominic Lewin up against Rob Holding, Pablo Mari, or David Luiz, whoever is going to be selected in that, in that defense. They've got to hold on strong. They've got to be so strong. Everton, I told you, it's a club that's going to play fast-running football. They love being on the ball. They love, torturing, teams down. They love tearing. They're not going to wait for you to bring the ball. They're not Burnley. You get me? They're not Burnley. They're not going to play the kind of football that Tottenham plays. No, because that's not what Carlo Ancelotti teaches them. What Carlo Ancelotti teaches them is play like Leeds. Yeah, I think you still remember I told you about Leeds. I told you the way you're going to beat Leeds is stop their fluid flow. We didn't stop it, and we had a 0-0 draw. We were lucky. So if you can stop Everton from having a fluid flow in the midfield, you can beat them. But if you let them run the show, it's over. Big man thing, real talk, it's over. So I don't expect Arsenal going at the Goodison Park and let Everton run the show. Now you're going to ask me a big question, and I do understand. You're going to tell me, Kosi, the quality they have is so much heavy. Is so much of heavy. I understand. They have a lot of quality. You can't compare their midfield quality, to that Arsenal, Gav Sigurdsson, Didier Dokore. They have the quality, but we can beat them the way we beat Manchester United. That's the kind of football you have to use against such teams. And I was so delighted with Mikel Arteta when we were playing against a one Manchester United. Work hard. You're going to work hard. This is a game that calls you to work hard. Everton is 5th on the table. They have collected 10 points out of the last 5 games. They should have had 15 points. They have 23 points this season. You understand? They have 23 points this season. They are 5 points off the top, and they're only 2 points off the second position on the league. So that means you are playing league contenders right now. I don't know whether they're league contenders or title pretenders. I mean, I just don't care. But they are league contenders. They're 5 points off the top of the table. It is 12 games. It is 13 games played. So it is not the beginning of the season, like you would say. I know someone's going to tell me because they can't hold on, they'll drop. When are they going to drop? Who is going to make them drop? Chelsea is having a bad run. Manchester United obviously is having a good run, so they can come in. But you can see teams like Everton, Leicester, and Southampton, they're having good runs. So Everton collecting 10 points, 6 out of the maximum 6 in the last 2 games. It shows you that they're a club to mean business. I don't want to go through the facts of Arsenal because you know them. You know them already. You get me? You know them already. I don't want to go through them. So let us go into the insights of this game. What are the statistics? What are the records? Because we have been losing record after record this season. So what are the records we have? 5 records. Every game, every match preview, we go through this. 1. Everton have kept a clean sheet in each of their last 2 Premier League home games against Arsenal. Winning 1, drawing 1, last keeping 3 in a row at home to the Gunners between November 1966 and 1969. So they have not kept a clean sheet against Arsenal ever since 1969 at the Goodson Park. That's a good spark. And I mean, the records we had against Southampton, I don't know, they were not really replicated because we were winning on a Wednesday. We did win against Southampton on a Wednesday, but this makes some sense. You understand, people. It makes some sense. We have not failed to score against Everton 3 times in a row ever since 1969 at the Goodson Park. That should be at the back of Mikel Arteta's mind. The second thing, Arsenal have won more Premier League games, 34, and scored more Premier League goals, 11 and 10, against Everton than they have versus any other opponent in the competition. Indeed, their 110 goals against the Toffees is more than any side has netted against another Premier League side in history. Now, you get me? We have beaten them 34 times and scored 110 goals against Everton. More than we have done on any other Premier League side. That makes more sense. That means we need to move in with that confidence. I don't know whether the players and the managers look at these, statistics before they go in. Make sure you have something to drink. Make sure you have something to eat as well. So I don't know whether Mikel Arteta and other, the team goes through these statistics because the important, what are we facing? What has been our history and what is the way forward? The way we are keeping on losing, records doesn't make sense. 3, Everton have won the final league match before Christmas in any of their last 6 seasons, drawing 2. No, listen to this. Everton haven't won. They haven't won the final league match before Christmas in any of their last 6 seasons, drawing 2, losing 4, since a 2-1 win against Swansea in 2013. This should be an easy one to crack off, Arsenal. Don't ashame me. Don't let me down. It's at the Goodson Park, I know. They have a good run, but we have so many positives against them. 4, since beating Fulham 3-0 on opening day, Arsenal haven't scored just twice. No, sorry. Arsenal have scored just twice in their last 5 away league games, winning 1, drawing 1, losing 3, failing to find the net in their last 2. The Gunners last went 3 away league games without a goal in 2017 September. You get me? So against Fulham, we scored 3-0. Our last 5 away games this season, we have 1 win, we have 1 draw, we have 3 losses. The win comes against Manchester United. I know you still remember that. It comes against United. The draw must be coming against, was it Leeds? 0-0. Leeds, 0-0. Then the losses, you know very well. You know the losses very well. The Liverpool, I don't want to go through them again. The Tottenham and so on. 5. Arsenal have lost 8 of their last Premier League matches, kicking off. This is not good. This just doesn't look so good. Arsenal have lost 8 of their last 12 Premier League matches, kicking off at 5:30 p.m. We have lost 8. We have 1 draw, and it doesn't look good, and 3 wins. Although one of their wins in the game was a 5-1 victory over Everton in 2018. Now that's a point. So, I mean, those are the statistics. Those are the records we can actually allude to and say, Kosi, these are the statistics. These are the things we can actually look at and say probably. But so, give me your predictions in this game. Give me your predictions. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen? We are going to be going through Mikel Arteta's match, press conference, and see what exactly did Mikel Arteta say. What does he think about this game? Is he going to lead us into a win, or is he actually leading us into a loss? Because if he's leading us into a loss, I'm telling you, I just don't want to watch this game. So Mikel Arteta's press conference, Mikel Arteta on Pepe, Maitland-Niles, Gabriel, and Everton. So we're going to be looking at that. Let me just look for the transcription right here. Okay, this is football.london. So you'll be bearing with me. I can't get the audio, I can't get the visual, so we shall get the transcript. I hope it is okay, my guys, everybody on the stream. So Mikel Arteta on Gabriel Martinelli, he said, Gabriel, the spirit of enthusiasm, energy, belief, charisma, and goals. And this is him. He's around the training ground. He's around the training session, and the energy is different because he goes 100 miles in an hour. He's got that passion, this way of playing, and he's a threat. He's a player that he's been missing because he brings something special to the team. He's contagious with his attitude, and I think he's going to be a big plus for me to have him. So that is on Gabriel Martinelli. And I think as an Arsenal fan, I would want to see Gabriel come back. It's something I'm telling you. I would want to see Gabriel come back. He's one player you would want to see come back. He's one player that is so adventurous, resourceful. He's going to add something to the club, and I would want to see him come back. I'm telling you. I want him back. I want him to come back. On whether Ainsley Maitland-Niles will start, he said, Ainsley, I think he had a good game. I think he's evolving really good. I think he's made in this year a big progress, and he's much better placed than a year ago. He needs to keep doing what he's doing. Now, I don't think I disagree. I don't think I don't think he had a good game against Southampton. I don't think he had a very good game against Southampton. I didn't see much of Ainsley. Maybe he wants to play in the midfield, but I was not satisfied with Ainsley Maitland-Niles, against Southampton. You wouldn't tell me if he's going to start, would you? And then Mikel Arteta said, no. Of course, I expect that from the PR master. On whether Arsenal's right side is stronger than the left. Okay, let's hear from this. What did he say? He said, well, there's lots of things to discuss there. When you enter the defensive phase and the way an area where we are conceding the goals, just to say, okay, we are weaker on on one side than the other. I don't think it's fair. Attacking wise, with some connections and some relations that we have on the pitch, we tend to be a bit more efficient in some areas. But the reality is that we have to change personnel a lot for lots of different reasons, for injuries and suspensions that we have. So to find that cohesion and balance with two sides is very difficult. And I think if you compare any team in the Premier League, you'll find some unbalances of areas where they have more dangerous of runs in behind and puts here. In runs in runs behind puts here, or balls they put from one side or another. It's something more common. Yeah, I understand what he says on on us having one side being stronger and on the other side being weaker, but it's something that we have to deal away with. I mean, look, the left side cannot continue being the strongest side. Defensive wise, it's the strongest side. Attacking wise, it's the strongest side. It is either Saka, Aubameyang, and Tierney attacking, and whenever we are going to concede, it is Bellerin or Rob Holding. No, you can't do that. You can't have that. Mikel Arteta knows this. If we cannot create from the right wing and we are conceding from the right wing, then clearly it's a liability. It's a liability. But I do agree with him. All teams have imbalances. I mean, you cannot have a good goalkeeper, a good centre back, it's a good centre back partnership, two good fullbacks, a very good midfield, very good wingers, and then a good strike, excellent strikers. It's really hard, and no Premier League team really has that. Not even Liverpool. They don't have it. So I would agree with him on that. But we need to work on the right hand side. It is shit. It is real trash. I'm telling you. On his influences from Arsene Wenger, David Moyes, and Pep Guardiola, this is crap. Let me just listen to it. He says, I think you have to be yourself, but obviously, you have moments and experience that marks you in your football career, and it's not just the way you think about the game, but who are you as a person, how you react to certain things. I was really lucky with the managers that I had. I learned a lot, and I think that built the person and the player that I was, and obviously the thinking behind the manager that I am today. I don't see elements of Arsene Wenger in his game. I don't see them. I see elements of but David Moyes' Everton was a resilient Everton. I don't see the resilience in Arsenal. Maybe even Pep's Guardiola. I mean, if you were passing the ball, like so fluid, you'll be like, we are playing like Pep. We are playing. I don't see the elements in there, but probably says, he has influences. I don't want to, disagree with him. That's his own take. On whether he could have coached at Everton, he says it was part of some conversations, but I decided to take my opportunities elsewhere. Oh, okay. You know that what means, right? On whether extra subs will help. These journalists also ask fucking questions. We are on Arsenal Everton. You've got to ask questions on Arsenal Everton. You're asking on extra subs. You're asking on Pep Guardiola. The journalism these guys do is really sucks. Really sucks. On whether extra subs will help, this is what he said. Well, I think it's a positive thing to have an extra 2 players on the bench because you want everybody to be involved. Again, we are in a very special circumstances when the players are coming to training, home training, or match, and nothing else. So if they participate and be a part of the squad, they can travel with us. They can feel a part. They can feel part of what we are doing. It's much better than having people at home feeling that they are not part of what we are doing, feeling that we don't trust them. So that's my opinion, a really positive thing. Now, Mikel, I think this is a mistake. Look, even if you have 20 players on the bench and every match day you don't trust them, every match day you don't pick them, it doesn't make you a good manager. If you pick these players on arbitrary, procedures, not on merit, it doesn't guarantee, even if they're on the bench, you've got to start picking players on merit. Bellerin should be on the bench. I agree. Because when he's on the bench, he'll be seeing Cedric play and he will up his levels. But these players are not, picked on the right procedure. I'm sorry to say, Mikel, that is, my opinion is a diverse one on that one. On the decision to expand benches but non subs. Jesus Christ. I mean, these journalists, this is the same old question. I mean, journalists of these days are fucking hell. And, let me tell you something. I would rather watch YouTube than watch BT Sport or Sky. I would rather you watch a YouTuber because they have real opinions. Now, look at the questions. I don't think if I was in the Mikel Arteta, press conference against Everton, this is a big team. We are fucking 15th. You should be asking questions of how we are planning to beat Everton. What are we planning on doing, to overcome Everton? Not on fucking, subs and benches. This is what Mikel Arteta say. I understand how Mikel Arteta must be feeling, with these questions because they're stupid questions from journalists. And he says, at the moment, no, because the most important thing is the welfare of the players, and the best way to protect them and to have options to protect them is to extend the subs. So it's like, yeah, we give you a little bit of this so you can have an extra 2 on there, but not the option to change. We are the only ones doing that. For me, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but obviously it's not up to us. We are pushing. We are giving our opinions. We have lots of stats to support us in terms of what's happening in the Premier League with injuries, but there is no reaction. Okay. On injuries, he said we have a few doubts. Obviously, I cannot tell you who, but we have a few doubts for tomorrow. Yes. I mean, we know the doubts. If you're following the Arsenal podcast, you know the doubts. Gabriel Martinelli cannot play. David Luiz has been a doubt for some time, but after coming on against Southampton, I think he'll play. He might play. He might be fit for that game. Pablo Mari should be fit. Rob Holding should be fit. Bukayo Saka got a knock in that Southampton game. I hope he's better. I just hope he's better. And Thomas Partey is out. Those are the injuries. Please don't get fooled. On whether he feels supported. Okay, let's listen to this. It makes some sense. On whether Mikel Arteta feels he is supported. Are you backed, Mikel Arteta? Are you backed? Okay. He says, well, I said it from the start that I really feel supported by the owners, by the board, and by the technical director. Shit. I shouldn't have read this. I want to cut the stream. And then by everybody who is at the club, because at the end of the day, it's a feeling that I feel with the staff, with the coaching, with the players, which are the most important ones. The fans are the most important people, Mikel. The fans are the most important people, Mikel, at the club. They are the most important. The players are important, but if you don't have the fans behind you, you're dead. And he says, what chemistry do you have with them? And he says, what understanding do they follow you? And do they believe in what you're trying to do? And I always have to say thank you because I haven't seen anything that goes against what I'm trying to do. But it's like anything in the industry, you need results. But after a big shakeup, you need to find stability. I know to do that. To do that, we need time. We all knew, at least the people who made this decision with me, that wasn't that this wasn't a quick fix. That this wasn't going to take time. And when you are shaking up things, it can take a while. I agree with Mikel Arteta. You need time. You need to balance things. You need to think about things. You need to get a bed of roses and sleep on and get leisure. A shake-up when you still have the same players that won you the FA Cup. You have the same players that Unai Emery didn't take to 20th. You have the same players that Arsene Wenger did not take out of the top 10. What are you telling us? What are you telling us? He needs to get the results. That's the point I can see. He needs the time. We agree. But the results cannot be this bad. Because like Charles Watts says, you get these bad results, you're going to get sacked. You're gonna get sacked. I'm telling you. On who will replace Gabriel and says, well, let's see who do we have available tomorrow. We've lost Gabi now with a red card. We will assess them today and decide who's the best player to go and try to beat Everton. Try to beat Everton. Beat Everton. You need to build the confidence. You can see his statements are not that confident as well on how Everton influenced him as a coach. No. Okay. Well, it's a lot of things that I took on board. It was David Moyes for the whole period, and all the coaching staff that was there implement a way of playing that was new to me, because I was coming from a different education. I had to adapt. I learned a lot of things. It was a challenge I had to embrace, and I had to embrace it and adapt to it, and I really enjoyed. And as well, everybody at the club, because I built a really strong relationships, and also with the fans. When returning to Everton, he says it's going to really feel strange. It's my first experience in the Premier League as a player. A lot has changed since then. As I said before, so grateful for the years that I had over there, and now I feel privileged to be going back to Goodson and representing Arsenal and being the manager. On fitness of Chambers, Murray, Mustafi, and Martinelli, I said at the moment we have to look at the next game. There are players that are ending the last phase of their rehab, like Chambers. Pablo Mari has already played some minutes in the Europa League. Mustafi as well. Gabi is very close to be available and fit to be part of us, which is great news, and we will see what happens. This was really wrong, really long, not even wrong, on whether he will rotate for Manchester City. I mean, why do you ask Champions League? I mean, why do you ask EFL Cup questions right now? It's Premier League. It's Premier League. But I know you guys want to know this. He says whether he's going to rotate players waiting for Manchester City. And he says, let's see the players we have available. We are losing players every game as well. Let's see who is available for tomorrow. There's not much that we can plan with the squad we have at the moment. So let's go on game by game. Thank you, Mikel. That was brilliant. On whether Southampton is a turning point. Okay, now I understand. This is really good. This is really good. This is a question I would ask as well. Well, it felt better. We could have won it at the end when Rob hit the post in the last minute, but we are lacking the luck. Don't talk about luck, Mikel. Don't talk about luck. We are not Arsenal Football Club playing on luck. We are Arsenal Football Club. We are trying to find a way to turn around things, not how we get lucky, for Christ's sake. So he says, but I really like because a team when it's in this moment can completely drop and give up, but the team never did that. I think it's completely the opposite, and I'm proud to see that reaction from the team. But right now what we need is to win football matches as well. That's our reality. On concussion subs, no, I'm not going for that. On playing with 10 men. Well, I said the other day, I think we have seen red cards since I think we have seen 7 red cards since I joined. 2 disciplinary, and the rest is for different actions. The last one with Gabi, he is 22 years old and is settling in the Premier League. Don't forget that. And there were 2 different actions, but obviously that in this moment we cannot afford, because the Premier League level is too high and the margins for us at the moment are too small to win or lose football matches. On how different it's been, this was a hell of it's Premier League. Well, I know, and I realized how different our job is in normal conditions. When you get to a club that has to go through what we have been through in a year, and on top of that you have a pandemic that is affecting the whole industry, and the way that you can even leave your profession and do what you are able to do normally, it's even more challenging. But it's what we have. At the same time, I'm telling you, I love what I do. I feel so lucky and privileged to represent this football club. And there are circumstances and context that is in this moment what they are, and we have to face them because There is no other choice. Okay. I mean, he's not going to get sacked anyway. On 1 year anniversary as Arsenal manager, he's made 1 year and we are fucking 15th. Hit my chest. Hit my chest. That's what he said in the last press conference. Hit my chest. I mean, let's take this as the last comment from Mikel. Let's take this as the last comment from Mikel because there's so many questions asked on his press conference. Okay. He was also asked on his 1 year anniversary and says, well, I think it's been one of the most challenging years of the club's industry for many different reasons. I think we have made a lot of progress. What progress? What progress has Arsenal made in this year? Progress? What progress? The FA Cup, that's the usual win. Carabao Cup? No. Champions League? No. What progress have we made? No, we have not made any progress, Mikel. Not so much of progress. I know there is progress, but not so much. Like he's trying to put it. And he says, and we have to implement a lot of positives here that have worked really, really well. We have gone through structure changes all across the club that obviously have shaken the club big time. I would say the highlights of the year is the 2 trophies that we won together. And the most disappointing thing is that we haven't had our fans with us to take us through the difficult. No, the most disappointing thing, Mikel, is taking our club to 15th and you are fucking not fired. That's that's the fucking disappointing thing. Not because we don't have fans, not because we do not have fans. There's so many clubs that do not have fans and they're not 15th. And those are the clubs that can say, this is what is disappointing. For us, what's disappointing is our position on the table. You get me? So it says, I think I could have it could have been really, really positive, but the recent form in the Premier League has taken the gloss of what we have done in a calendar year. But we have to accept that our Premier League form in recent weeks has not been good enough. Nonsense. On memories from Everton, he said, magnificent. I had 7 incredible years. They treated me incredibly well. We were currently successful for the team and the resources that we had in the moment, and I still have a lot of love, admiration, and friends over there because I'm grateful. They treated me really, really well, and I enjoyed being part of that family. On Everton, his thoughts on Everton, it's always very tough to go to Goodson. I played there. I knew it very well. The teams are in 2 very different moments, but we are preparing the game to go there and beat them because we need a result. On the mood after Southampton, Jesus Christ. Well, we had the disappointment of not winning the game. But at the same time, I think the players realized that with the difficulty of playing 35 minutes with 10 men, a draw probably was a result that we had to take. And they could see some positives as well in the resilience and the attitude they showed to hang on and that result. Jesus Christ. So that is so basically what he was talking about is the indiscipline, who plays in defense, Aubameyang back on the scoring train, tough run of fixtures and Everton's resurgence. That is what the media was trying to really ask him there, Mikel Arteta. Basically, so that is it. That is, come on, you Gunners. What are your predictions for this game, guys? What are your predictions this game? I'm going to be giving you my thoughts now because I've been talking about Mikel. I've looked at Mikel Arteta. I've looked at, I've looked at the predicted lineup. I've looked at, so many things, the statistics. My thoughts on this game. We need to go out there and show Everton we are a big club. Whether we play a 4-3-3, whether we play a 3-4-3, where we play anything, I just don't care. I just don't care. We need to go out there and start against Everton with a big mentality that we are a big club. You get me? That for me doesn't depend on how Everton is going to play. It depends on how we are going to approach this game. So I want your prediction on this game. I told you it's 2-1 Arsenal is my prediction. 2-1 Arsenal. And I'll be here to react. In the 5 things we learned, I'll be reacting to my prediction. So make sure you check that video out tomorrow. It's going to be dropping tomorrow. First video, always first video after the match. But beating Everton is not going to be something easy. I'm telling you, beating Everton is not going to come easy. It's going to be a very hard team to beat. It's going to be a very hard team. I'm telling you, it's going to be a very, very hard team to beat. But how do you go and approach this game? How do you approach this game? I'm going to share with you what Everton, their form, and how they have been approaching games. Probably you need to see this. How have they been approaching their games? What is Everton in the making this season? You get me? What is Everton in the making this season? So, look, they are playing Arsenal tomorrow at exactly 20:30. So, a couple of hours away. We have to prepare. They are beaten Leicester City. Listen, they beat Leicester City on Wednesday. Now, you remember Leicester City beat us 1-0, Jamie Vardy, as the game was in the dying minutes of the 90. They beat us. So they beat Leicester City. Leicester City have been on a very good run, by the way. If you do not know, they're among the top 5 clubs. So this shows you that they are bouncing back. One of the other results they got was at the Goodson Park beating Chelsea, who we clearly know that they have been a very strong side. So a club that beats Chelsea is going to come with a lot of confidence to obviously beat Arsenal. That is very clear. So they're going to come with all the confidence that we are going to beat Arsenal because we have beat Chelsea and beat Leicester City. Still to continue, I'll continue. They lost to Leeds 1-0 and shared a 1-0 draw with Burnley. What does this show you? That they are not having 100% record even in their last 4 games. So if Burnley can grab a point against Everton, if Leeds can grab a point, 3 points against Everton, Arsenal can also do it. They beat Fulham 3-2. They conceded 2 goals against Fulham. That's the point you need to see here. They conceded 2 goals against Fulham. That shows you something. You get me? Conceding 2 goals against Fulham, it means their defense is scoreable. Is that what that? You can score against them. Then United 3-0, 3-1. 3-1. But one of the other characteristics they have, look at it. Look at this. They scored 1 goal against Manchester United, 1 against Fulham, 1 against Burnley, 1 against Chelsea, and 2 against Leicester City. So that means they have managed to score a goal in each of their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So in almost 16 games, they have only failed to score once. You get me? They have only failed to score once in 15, 16 appearances this season, including, of course, at the other games. So that means the 13 games they played this season, they have only failed to score once. If we go and look for them at the table, they are 5th, played 13 games, and they have collected 23 points. They have scored 23 goals and conceded 18. Both of them are points to look out for. The highest scoring team in the Premier League currently is Chelsea. They have scored 7 goals. Is it Chelsea? I need to look at City. Yeah, it's Chelsea. They have scored 26 goals. Everton have scored 23, which means Chelsea have scored 3 more goals than Everton. Tottenham and Liverpool. Actually, no, it's Liverpool. Is it Liverpool? No, it's Liverpool. Liverpool have scored 29. Liverpool has scored 29. I have not seen this. So they have scored 6 goals less than Liverpool, 3 goals less than Chelsea, and 2 goals less than Tottenham Hotspur. But the good thing is that they have conceded 18 goals and they have a goal difference of 5. So that means their defense is vulnerable. You can score against it if you wish to. I want to get your predictions in. I told you my prediction is a 2-1 win for Arsenal. And that is my reason. They concede, but we are not easily opened at the back. Can we average 2 goals? It's all about averaging 2 goals and you beat Everton. Averaging 2 goals. Can we average 2 goals? That is it. You get me? So just looking at their players here, who are the key players? What are we facing? James Rodriguez, I don't know whether he's available. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, he has so many goals this season. So many. More. Just know he has more goals than Arsenal in this season. So we need to watch out for this guy, Dominic Lewin. We need to watch out for Richarlison. I don't know whether Alan is available. I'll be trying to find out. But I think you need to watch out for Alan. That midfield, that shambolic midfield of Mohamed Elneny and Danny Ceballos. When you meet Alan, you're meeting the angel of death. Abdoulaye Doucouré. What a signing. What a signing. He's another good key player we are gonna meet. Jordan Pickford. I have mixed reactions. I have mixed feelings about Pickford. At times I feel he's a good player. At times I think he's shit. But I mean, I don't think he is one to stop us from scoring on that day. Ex-boy Alex Iwobi, you still remember ex-boy Theo Walcott scored a very nice one against us, in midweek. So ex-boy Alex Iwobi is to be watched very closely. Gareth Sigurdsson, the free kick specialist, the crazy number 10, is to be watched very, very closely. Very, very closely. So we need to watch him as well. Gareth Sigurdsson. You understand? Tom Davies is another player you need to watch out for if you're going in there. I think he's another, beautiful player for them. Who else? Am I forgetting anyone? And I just don't want to overrate them because I'm not really scared of Everton. But their manager, Carlo Ancelotti, is another big thing that you can actually, think about, and you're like, okay, he is the next big thing. They have a double injury blow. We can look at that. It's good news. They have a double injury blow. Who is out for Everton? Everton, double injury blow. Come on, scroll up. We don't have time. Wanna be leaving this podium. Double injury Everton. Double Everton injury blow confirmed by Carlo Ancelotti ahead of Arsenal clash. And he's saying the summer signings have been key players for Everton this season. Who are those that are not in? Everton will be without James Rodriguez and Alan for Saturday's Premier League clash against Arsenal. Brilliant. They will not have Alan. They're box to box. They'll not have James Rodriguez. So that doesn't make us more vulnerable. It actually makes us even better. It makes us even not the better side because still their form and so on and everything, but it makes us a well-organized lucky side. Because now they don't have 2 players. They don't have Alan. They don't have James Rodriguez. So they don't have the massive creativity, but they still have Gareth Sigurdsson. You understand? They still have Gareth Sigurdsson. So it's not going to be an easy one for them. It's not going to be an easy one for them. It can't be an easy one for us. Doucouré, box to box. Yeah, I understand, my brother GTE. I understand, one of the best box to box players in there. So now is the time you guys can give in your predictions and match views. I told you my match view is not any different from what I have said. How you beat Everton, don't let Richarlison run the show. Don't let Calvert, Dominic Lewin get all over the place. Don't do it. Arsenal, don't do it. Listen to me for once. Don't let those players run the show. You can't stop Calvert-Lewin as Arsenal. Without Gabriel, you have Rob Holding, Omari. Also, you can't stop Calvert-Lewin. So you need to stop the ball from getting to him. Don't try to stop the player. Try to stop the ball from getting to him, and try to stop Richarlison no matter the cost. So this is where I don't expect Hector Bellerin to play. I'm telling you, matter of fact, this is why I don't expect Hector Bellerin to play. He's just going to get, run over by cover, by Richarlison. So I don't expect to see him. This is my match preview. Your match, your predictions are very, very vital. I will need them. It's a 2-1, win for us. No, that is mine, unless you have yours. Lyric says, big up, brother. How are you, my brother? Edward says, hello, bro. How are you doing, bro? Kosi, how is Uganda? I pray for you guys. What's going on? We are okay. I mean, we don't have COVID. Anyway, close to us. Okay. Hello, Glenn.
Hi, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just here trying to give my match preview, and everything looks so nice.
Yeah, I'm seeing you're going through the injury concerns for Everton. Yeah, so it's not going to be Everton 4, it's going to be Everton 2. Okay, no problem. They're missing one play, remove one goal in the total, so that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, but what are your thoughts on this game as we go into it? You think Mikel Arteta is having a point from the Southampton game? Is it a turning point? Do you think it's a turning point? Anyway, what is your general match, your view of the game and the situation? We travel to Goodson on a Saturday when actually we have lost 8 games of the last 12 we have played on Saturday at this time.
I don't usually look at those statistics of Arsenal when they play on Sunday, they lose, or when Liverpool play on Saturday morning. But yeah, for us right now, it's looking like anytime we play any day, we cannot win that game apart from Thursday. So that's the only positive I can say about us. But for us, funny, this game was played at the same time last year when Duncan Ferguson and Nyumba were in charge, and Ancelotti and Arteta were in the stands watching the game with the do and all that. So this is a game. Over the years, it's a game we usually used to win a lot. We usually used to win. This is one of those teams that we've beaten more than 100 times in history. There's not many of those that we have. And so
times, yeah.
There's not many teams that we've beaten that many times. There was a 6-1 in 2009 when you had the likes of Denilson and Fabregas. There was a 5-2 when you had Sanchez and Ozil. But this time around, things have changed. I remember that they beat us 3-0, I think, in 2016 when you're fighting for the top 4. And last season we drew 0-0. Yes, Alan missing the game it's a positive for us, because for them, Doucouré and Alan, the energy in the middle is very, very high. So that is why I'd actually play El Neni and Niles in the middle, or if Xhaka was available, probably you'd need that pivot, but Xhaka has not been playing well. So maybe Niles and El Neni in the middle. Because if we have Ceballos there and he goes forward, these guys are very strong. I don't think Ceballos can compete with Doucouré. I don't think so. James and Digne missing, that could be a good thing because of the set pieces. They are very, very good in set pieces. But it's not something that people need to know. We are not bad at set pieces. That was the first corner we conceded of the season. We've never conceded a corner this season apart from the Burnley game when we were down to 10 men, and it was an own goal. So we are kind of okay defending set pieces. But we need...
That can be awarded to the presence of Gabriel. With Gabriel being out, you don't know how good we are going to be in the air.
Yeah, that's true. I think Luis is okay. Their holding is, for me, I don't think holding is good. They really, timing, it's usually very bad. I remember that Leeds game against Bamford, they struggled to deal with that. So for me, this is a game where if you win, things turn for you. But if you lose again, it's going to be very bad. Remember, Everton have lost at home to Leeds. They've lost at home to United, so they're beatable at home. They've lost a few games this season, maybe 5 or maybe even 6, so they're beatable. But how can we get goals? We've been there before, scored 5, 4 goals, but can we do it this time? we have to take the lead in this game, because if they score fast, I think their defense is very good. I was doing a combined 11 with Everton fan, and she actually said she's just putting Tierney there because she wants an Arsenal player there. Because she can actually argue that they can put 5 players there, because I think the back four is better than us right now.
Actually, let's just run through a combined 11, Arsenal, Everton. I think about that idea of doing combined 11s, but I don't know why I really forget. If we were to do a combined 11, Leno starts. Pickford does not come near to Leno. He doesn't.
Yeah, the Everton fans agree with that. I think if you to have like attributes like on FIFA, pace, and then you write like stamina, and then kicking, and then ball handling, and then reaction, and then handling in the air, I think Pickford would get maybe 8 or maybe 9, and then the other one would get 11. They're very close. If you check the mistakes, most errors. De Gea, Pickford, and Leno, so they all make errors, the top 3. So I think Leno goes there. He's a better shot stopping. But
Pickford is too overrated. Too overrated.
Yeah, and then penalties, Pickford is better than Leno. That's why I'm saying different things. But the most, I think he would have like 11, and then Pickford would have 9 in those attributes. So yeah, Leno goalkeeper.
Okay, so Leno in the goal. We are doing, everybody in the chat, smash the like button. We are doing a combined 11, Everton, Arsenal, combined 11. We are going, Nathaniel, do you agree? Combined 11, goalkeeper Leno, not Pickford?
Yeah, we don't want dinosaur arms around this thing. We got dinosaur arms.
Right back, I think they will win. They will win that. Who really plays Simas Coman? Do they play Simas Coman down the right?
Do you want us to have the ones who are currently fit, or just anyone from those teams?
The better one.
Even if you're not fit, so we can have people like Partey.
Yeah.
Okay, so right back. So I think it has to be Coleman. I think Coleman is better than Bellerin. I think Holgate has been playing there for them, but is not a natural right back, so it has to be Coleman. Experienced at right back, very good going forward. I think he has scored 2 goals against us before. I remember them very well, so I think Coleman has to be there.
So Simas Coleman qualifies right back. You agree, Nathan?
Yeah, I agree. He can really cross the ball, Coleman.
Yeah.
Decent. Yeah. He's decent, man. I think he's getting on a bit. I think he's a bit older now, but he can cross the ball. Yeah, he can cross the ball. He's obviously the better right back. If you compare to him, if you compared him to any of our right backs. Left back, Kian Tierney. I mean, there are no questions about that. For me, I don't think it's a debate now. Against many Premier League games, Kian Tierney walks straight into many Premier League sides, many of them. So I think it's gonna be Kian. You want to know somebody who I really rate highly? That Luka Digne, bro. He is, bro. I'm telling you. People talk about Alex Telles and how he can whip a ball, bro. This guy.
No, I don't rate Telles. I don't rate Telles.
You don't rate Telles? Defensively, he's terrible, but going forward, he's ridiculous. But same thing with Luka Digne. I think he's a really good left back. I feel like he should be at a bigger team.
Okay, so you go for Digne and drop Kian Tierney.
Either one, I don't mind either one. I think they're both on the same level. They're both really good. Either one. I'm gonna try not to be too high.
I'll go for Kian Tierney. Who'd you go for, Glenn?
Nathaniel, hi man. We need a specific answer so I can know if I need a tiebreak.
By the way, Nathan, you need to choose either Digne or man like Tierney.
I'll go with Tierney, but in terms of like the whole season, who's been the better left back, I'll go with Luka Digne.
Awesome.
So okay. Tierney is very good. Digne is very good. In terms of crossing, I think Tierney is very good at that, but Digne is just spectacular at that. And then corners, free kicks is better than Tierney by far. Defending, maybe you can say Tierney is better, and that you'll be arguing with Everton fans with that. But for me, I think Tierney, what he does in international football and everything, like he's literally kind of sorted out our left back problems. We had people like Clichy and Gibbs there, so I think Digne trying to replace Baines is still not on that level, so I'd go for Tierney.
Tierney. Now the centre back partnership. That is where the problem is. I mean,
Gabriel, you don't even have to debate. Gabriel gets the left side.
Yeah, Gabriel is not a debate. I know.
So who goes on the left?
Gabriel and Keane. Are you going with Gabriel and Michael Keane?
Yeah,
Michael
definitely.
Keane, I can't do that. And Urimina, he's not that good either. They don't have great center backs. Their center backs are a bit shocking. I don't think because Urimina, like he's tall and all that, he's physical, but his like concentration is just terrible. So I don't know. And Michael Keane, he's not that great. I don't know. How about Ben Godfrey? He's not that bad. The one that they got from Norwich this season.
He's been playing at left back for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Michael Keane will go in. I'll agree with you because I think
aerial
ability.
I'll go with Michael Keane and Gabriel. I think they are the better players if you just round it off, to the nearest good one player.
We always centre backs are supposed to complement each other. As I hear Mark Goldbridge saying on United Stand that Maguire and Lindelof can't play together. I think that's the same with like you can't have Michael Keane and Luis. So Gabriel passing ability, okay, and then Michael Keane heading ability and all that. I think they complement each other better. So Yeremina is very good in terms of scoring and like attacking in the opposition box. He's very good. So I think I agree with you, Gabriel and Keane.
Yeah. Okay. Now, if you move to this to the midfield, obviously, it looks like we don't have any players in there in the midfield, but we still have a name. If we play a midfield of three, and then we go for a forward three, I'll go for it's quite very hard. If I compare what Partey has done this season and his quality, he walks straight in, then Dokore and Allen. Those are the three I'll go for. Allen, Dokore, Partey. I think that is my midfield. Combined 11. That's my midfield. What do you think, Glenn?
Nathan, you wanna go?
No, you can go.
Okay. So Doucouré is one player I really wanted at Arsenal. I can't believe we didn't go for him. Having him and Partey in the middle.
You sure? You say that on every show.
Every show, I have to say it because we are going to play them, and you're going to see the difference. Just the same way as we saw Grealish against Arsenal when we played them. We had Willian and they had Grealish, and I think if Grealish was in our team that day, we'd have won the game. So that's the difference Doucouré will make. The way he runs box to box, he gives defenders a hard time. He adds another dimension to the play. You can now cross the ball. You have an extra man in the box. Think he's very good. He has to be there. Thomas Partey has to be there. We saw him with one leg. He actually was our best player against Tottenham, so he has to be there. And I think I'll agree with Alan. Very, very good in the middle. And I think they'll miss him. And I think there's literally no one else you can have there. Shaka is not good enough. Elneny, not really. Ceballos, not really. Maybe last season. Everton fans, surprisingly, I talked to two today. They don't like Andre Gomez. I don't know why. Sigurdsson has been all over the place. So I think those three, I agree with those three.
What do you think? What do you think, Nathan?
The midfield you chose is strong. It's a strong midfield, but there's not much creativity in that midfield.
I just realized that.
You got a bunch of slide tackles, a bunch of interceptions, but it's like, see me, I'm like a killer pass merchant. I like a killer pass. So for me, I'd do a double pivot of either Doucouré or Allen, and then have them sit, clean up, and then have Partey box to box, and then have Rodriguez at number 10.
Yeah, I'd agree. I would really agree because I wanted to choose forward. I was not going to give any Arsenal player. I wanted two players just in front of that three, which I wanted it like a 4-3-3, but two players which would be Gulf Sigurdsson and Rodriguez just behind Calvert-Lewin. That's what that was my starting lineup. That's what I wanted to do. I take Calvert-Lewin, then I take Rodriguez and Sigurdsson just behind him. Oh, I forgot Richardson. No.
Yeah.
The front three
It's
now?
not possible. It's not.
Think about it. Think about it, because before,
I forgot
as you
this
think
one.
about it,
It's not
I'll
possible.
tell Nathaniel. You know, the midfield is the most important place in the team. If you have a strong midfield, there's no one who's going to score goals. So
You know what?
yeah.
You know what I would do?
Yeah.
I'll throw away. I mean, Sigurdsson plays for me like a Jordan Henderson. He has that very important role at Everton. Whenever I see him on the pitch, he's so important, so resourceful, very resourceful. I can't keep him out. I just keep him out. I'll drop Hamis and bring in Richardson.
Wow, that's interesting.
Wait, so what? Were you playing him on the right, or are you playing him like? Wait, what's going on?
It's like a diamond. It's like a diamond. Maybe I like Partey
in something like a diamond.
So Partey in the middle, and then Doucouré and Alan either side, and then Richarlison in front of them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very hard. It's actually very hard remembering Richarlison and James are there. But I'll still stick with the three: Partey, Doucouré, and Alan. And then my front three will be Aubameyang on the left, Richarlison.
Glenn.
I'd have that. This is a different team. Remember, he's not playing for Arsenal. So Aubameyang on the left, Calvert-Lewin in front, and then Richarlison on the right. All of a sudden, remember, you have people who can cross the ball from the right. Coleman can come in, cross the ball. Aubameyang arrives late if the ball gets past Calvert-Lewin. You can have two people like in the box at the same time, and then you have a powerful midfield, and we depend on the fullbacks to bring some creativity. As Nathaniel said, there's no creativity in the middle. We depend on our fullbacks, that's Tierney and Coleman. There's no Bellerin there, so that could be a good thing. So we have creativity on the sides. It pains me to leave James Rodriguez on the bench because it's very good at, like, in terms of creativity and corners and free kicks.
Why do you fit in Aubameyang? I mean, yes, I know, we are basing on how good he is, but still, if you think of the technical ability of James Rodriguez, if it's creativity, I mean, I'll play James Rodriguez and then play Aubameyang through the middle. Maybe I drop Calvert-Lewin because he has, this is his first season to shine for us. I mean,
I need someone in the box. I need someone who'll stay in the box. Aubameyang, I don't think he wants to stay in the box all the time.
Yeah.
So Calvert-Lewin is that kind of boring striker who wants to stay in the box, like Inzaghi or Trezeguet back in the day, staying in the box and scoring the goal. So for me, I'd have those Aubameyang and then Aubameyang on the left and then Calvert-Lewin in the middle. And then Doucouré can arrive late in the box, and then all of a sudden, wow, if only they could go and get those players in January.
What do you think, Nathan? It's really hard for me to think about.
It's really hard because obviously I'm an Arsenal fan and I like Aubameyang, but I've been saying Calvert-Lewin is going to be really good this season, even last season, when like people started to see that he was really good. But see Calvert-Lewin, I love a proper striker that just gonna come in and just rough up your center backs. Like, I love Aubameyang, but see Calvert-Lewin, he's just gonna come up and just say, you know what, just move. I gotta go with Calvert-Lewin. I gotta go real quick.
Calvert-Lewin, and then who completes the two? Who are the rest of the two?
Richarlison and Pepe.
Pepe.
And did you say Rich Nelson? Did you say Rich Nelson? Richarlison.
He said Richarlison, yeah.
Richarlison and Pepe. No, please. No. I disagree. Now, I don't disqualify your team, but let's just debate upon that. Why are you taking Richarlison and you're leaving Aubameyang, one? You're leaving out James Rodriguez and Gav Sigurdsson. What are the merits?
Wait. No, I said I'm playing a double pivot and then having Rodriguez on number 10. And I'm putting Richarlison on the left. And then I'm putting Pepe on the right.
So how many Arsenal players did you get in your team, Nathaniel?
I got Leno, Gabriel, Tierney, Partey, Pepe.
That's it.
Wow, that's it. Oh wow.
And I got Leno, Tierney, Gabriel, Partey, Aubameyang. So just 5 again. We didn't even mention Saka, and he's our best player. Cause how many did you get in?
I had 4. I had 4 because I stopped at the midfield. In front, I had no Arsenal player up there.
Yeah, so when I was doing the preview, the Everton fan, she said she really likes Niles and she would like Niles to join Everton, and she said she would have Niles in the middle of their midfield. So she actually prefers Niles to Thomas Partey because apparently they haven't seen enough of Thomas Partey in the middle.
Guys, what do you think about us playing Maitland-Niles in the midfield more often?
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
I mean, I remember he had an interview with Alex Iwobi when they were like 18 years old, a long time ago. He was like, it was actually a really long time ago. It was actually kind of like nice to see them both together because they're actually like really good friends. And he was like, Alex Iwobi was like, what position do you want to play? And he was like, yeah, I want to be a box-to-box midfielder. And fast forward like 5 years later, he's playing right back. He's playing in the midfield sometimes, and then he's going to right back, then left wing back, and then you see him on the left wing. It's like, what's going on? It's like, for me, he's someone who has so much potential. I feel like if you're he's not James Milner, but I feel like you want a team like if you want to build a good team, you need to play like Maitland-Niles who can do a job in multiple positions. But for me, if you're gonna do a job in multiple positions, you need to be good at one position and then be good at like the other positions. You get what I'm trying to say? You need to have like that one position that you can like. I don't know if I'm making sense, but you need to get down like one position. So if you want to be in midfield where you can also play at right back, then like we don't have like a right back, then you go to right back. It's not like oh yeah, you're just a right back. For me, like at right back, he's decent, but I still feel like his low crosses are good, but I feel like when he has to put it in the air and like curve it, I feel like he's not that good at that.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, me too. I mean, he has the defensive discipline, and that's why most people would say he needs to play at right back. He needs to play at right back. But I've seen him play in the midfield at Europa League, and you think he's more comfortable on the ball. He's more comfortable when he's playing those positions. He wants to drive that ball forward. Busting. That kind of busting and speed. Does it really work in the right back all the time, running back and forth? I don't see him with that. That energy and speed.
So for me, I'd say the other day, I don't know how important you guys think having passing ability in the middle is, but the other day against Southampton, I think he had less than 65% passing accuracy now. If you have him in the middle and he does that, we are in trouble. If you're in the middle and you have 65% passing completion, we'll be in trouble. Although I like the way he breaks forward and passes the ball, if we have him in the middle and he can't pass the ball, we'll be in trouble. So I think the right is the better place to have him, although I'd like him in midfield. But seeing that start the other day, it is very worrying. I don't know if it's just because the whole team was poor, so even trying too hard sometimes it can affect your passing like accuracy and stats and your CV and stuff. So that was the worrying thing. But I'd like him in midfield, though. I think I'd start him in midfield against Everton alongside Elneny.
Yeah, but also if he's gonna play on the right hand side, you gotta make sure that the right wingers are doing their job properly. Because for me, in my opinion, if you're right back and your left winger, if you're right back and your right winger have a good relationship, your right back shouldn't have to beat a man. You get what I'm trying to say? Because she should already have that a player away from him. So as soon as he gets the ball, he whips it in first time, and that's the problem because they like to play a little tiki-taka between the right back and the left. The right is like it's so predictable. So they need to make sure like the relationship is good with the winger and they understand where they're trying to go.
Cause did he really impress you the other day against Southampton at right back? Cause
no, I was not impressed.
I was not impressed either way.
I was not impressed. I think his performance was really, really down. And asked myself what did Cedric do not to deserve to play for us? Because it looked like an agenda. If you have Cedric and he's performing, why don't you give him a try? For me, he never looked so good. Giving away the ball so easily. He never really connected with the person who was playing up, in front of him.
Yeah,
I didn't see much of Ainsley. Just like I didn't see much of Mohamed Elneny because I still remember I saw him 3-4 times give away the ball, and that's what that was the end of him in the midfield.
What annoyed me, the Elneny, is against Dundalk. He takes the ball, goes forward, shoots the ball, takes the ball, goes forward, scores a standing goal, passes, and then against Southampton, Don't pass for me the ball. I don't want it. So I don't know if it's an issue of confidence, because I was like, take the ball again, drive forward and try and shoot the ball. He didn't do any of that. I don't know if it's because like when it comes to the league, everyone is so fearful, but I'd like to see the both of them.
You know,
the
only player that can do that, you want to know where he is? He's in Germany, ripping it up. He's the only one that would take the ball and say, you know what, give me the ball. Let me try to do something with it. He's the only one, and I'll tell you, God better him.
And actually, the reality is, Mohamed El Neni is a very, very good player, but his quality is not an Arsenal standard. You know, there are not so many things you're going to blame him for, but his quality as a footballer, it's just about how you know, even if he was at his prime as a footballer, he is not the Arsenal quality. That is it.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've been made to settle for that because we don't have anyone else. He should not be starting for Arsenal. He should be coming from the bench at best, but not starting. I mean, other teams have N'Golo Kante in the middle. Other teams have. I also wanted Ghana, for the one who left Everton to PSG. People like that. Like the difference in quality, very, very high.
Indeed, is my dream.
Yeah, like I have a
secret, you know. I have a secret. Don't get mad at me, you know. But if I would have left Partey at Atletico Madrid if I had to wait another season to get Ndidi. That's my confession. I really rate Ndidi highly. Like when you have somebody who's athletic, like who has decent height and good energy, for me, like even if you look at Leicester without him, like they look so open.
They're like a hologram. They make it like a hologram. You just go through it.
And Kelechi would be happy with that too. Do you know Kelechi?
Yeah,
I love him. He's such a good
player. Nigerian.
Yeah. Well, he's so strong.
I like him too.
I think he had like the most tackles in the top 5 leagues, like last season or something. Probably I think he's world class. People don't say that because he plays for Leicester. Same thing with Vardy.
Is he injured? Is he a bit injury prone?
I think he's on the same level as Partey. They're on the same level.
I don't know. Anyone who joins Arsenal gets injured anyway.
Yeah.
He's a really, really good player. So, guys, do we expect Aubameyang to turn around things? He scored against, Southampton. Is that a turning point?
Hopefully it is. I mean, he did well with that finish. That finish against Southampton, it was a good finish, especially for someone who hasn't scored that much this season. I thought you would just put it wide, but it was a good finish, and I'm hoping that you give him a bit more confidence, and I'm hoping that the players they start doing that little tiki-taka thing that they did to get the goal, because as you can see, when you move the ball quickly, then some spaces start to open up and people start to run into the spaces, and hopefully that we see more of that, because at this time of the season, goals, you have to start winning games, because there's so many games coming thick and fast. You have to start winning these games, and you would continue to keep on falling. You keep on dropping points, and a draw at Everton is not good enough. I know Everton are a very, very good team. They have a world-class manager, but we have to go there and get 3 points. So I think in order for us to do that, Aubameyang has to be on his A game tomorrow.
I agree. But Glenn, what do you think? Aubameyang's back, or it was the same old story with Manchester United? It's gonna go down again.
I was happy with the confidence of coming in and turning and shooting the ball, because I've seen him against Leeds. I saw him against Burnley. I think it was also against, was it one of the big teams? I think maybe not United. I think maybe City. He gets the ball on the right side, the same position where he scored his goal against Fulham, the same position he scored his goal against Liverpool in the Community Shield. And then he's panicking. He doesn't want to cut in and shoot the ball. I've seen him so many times. It's like 5 times the last few games. He turns in. Instead of shooting, he passes it back to Saka, like on the left side, for him to cross the ball, or Tierney. If he shoots those balls, it goes in and we have a goal, or maybe a trial, like a shot on target or something. We've not been having many of those this season. So I was happy with him, like cutting in. But to be honest, that goal came from Saka. If he didn't get past 3 people, he might not have got that goal.
Nobody can. Actually, I've been saying today that, do we really have one creative spark who is Bukayo Saka? That is it. It was the Saka goal. It was the Bukayo Saka goal.
But I was happy in Nketiah though. I was happy with Nketiah's quick idea of flicking the ball to Aubameyang, because maybe Lacazette they would have held on to the ball and then gets fouled and then Willian steps up for the free kick, and you know where we are going to collect the free kick outside the Emirates Stadium.
I know. I understand.
So, so I'm hoping this is a game we can win. If we win, obviously things can turn. Yes, we have the likes of West Brom and Brighton coming up, and those are games you're supposed to be winning. If you don't win those ones, you're going to be in trouble. Chelsea at home, they've lost 2 games in a row. I don't know. I don't know if they scare me that much. I still don't think the likes of Van have adapted that quickly, adapted fully yet. So I'm hoping you can pick up something, because if we lose again, it's not going to be good. People will come out with those agendas of maybe Nathaniel and the HJ90s. You see, Arteta should have gone. We should have gotten Ancelotti instead of Arteta. You see the difference. So I'm just hoping that we can get something from here. Let's get a quick goal, because if they score fast, they start defending, and then Richarlison catches us on a break. And don't get a red card, please, because Richarlison is going to try and push us. Richarlison is one of those naughty players. He'll just foul El Neni and then push him, and then we've gotten a red card again.
If he plays Bellerin, I'll take it that he doesn't learn from his mistakes. But just as we wind up the show, just give me your quick prediction and view of the game. What do you think is going to be, and the final result? I'll start with Nathan. Nathan, how do you think it's going to be, and the final result?
I don't think we'll win. We have to win, but I'm not sure if we'll win. But I think it'll be another draw. I think Everton will like play us off the park, but I think we hang on just like we did against Southampton and just take the point. I think maybe Calvert-Lewin probably score. Maybe Calvert-Lewin will probably score the first goal, and then Aubameyang will score the second goal, and then we just hold on for the draw.
1-1.
Yeah, 1-1.
Glenn?
I actually think Bellerin will start, by the way, for the record. I actually think he's going to bring him back in. I'm not sure Niles really impressed him, unfortunately. So I'm hoping I can also see a draw like Nathaniel. I can see us winning 1-1 maybe, and that is very positive, because I am very scared with those balls that are going to come into Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin. I am very scared. I'm not sure Holding can manage Calvert-Lewin. His positioning is very good, so keep. I'm happy James is also out. Hopefully, because those crosses very worrying. So 1-1 draw probably, and maybe not Aubameyang to score. Maybe Lacazette to score.
Okay, AJ90 is also here. AJ, you think this is a winnable fixture? You think what are your thoughts on this game?
I don't see it. If Bellerin starts, I guarantee you Richarlison gets man of the match. I'm telling you. If Bellerin starts, Richarlison gets man of the match. And going into this game, I'm not confident like I was against Southampton. First of all, for a start, we need to keep 11 men on the field for 90 minutes. That's a start. Because the discipline's not been good enough, and it's been costing us games, and it's putting, let's say, more pressure than needed on Arteta. Because when you go down to 10 men, who actually wins football matches with 10 men? You don't. And as soon as we went down to 10 men, they were piling pressure on us. And to be fair, that Nathan Redmond chance, if it went in, we're looking at a 2-1 loss for Southampton. So it's small margins. Going into this Everton game, even without Allen, even without Rodriguez, they have a lot of quality in Calvert-Lewin. They'll put a cross into the box. I think aerially we're pretty good with Holding, David Luiz, etc. But I think I'm not sure who's going to start tomorrow in that centre back area. I thought maybe Mario would start, but he started tonight in the under-23 game, so I don't think that's going to happen. But with Richarlison as well, as I said, I hope he goes with the Niles, but I don't know. Yeah, I see them winning.
You see them
winning. Could you bring up that last comment?
2-1. Yeah. Hello, guys.
This is a really tricky one. That's a tricky one.
Yeah. Hello, guys.
Please.
Go
ahead.
He's basically saying here that Martinelli could feature tomorrow, I don't think Arteta would put him in the squad tomorrow. That's just how Arteta is.
Arteta dropped
I
him
wanted
for 2 months.
Martinelli to get minutes tonight. I just don't think he'll play Martinelli tomorrow.
I also don't think he's going to play him.
To be fair to him, I don't think he's ready. If you go to Everton away, the likes of Doucouré is going to get another injury. So I think he will play on Tuesday though against Manchester City in the Carabao Cup, maybe as a sub.
Yeah,
you want to know somebody who's gonna have
I don't expect to see him maybe until against Chelsea.
Possibly, but I think they've brought in 2 extra subs. I think so. Maybe maybe Arteta looked at that and said he could be part of the bench against Everton. Maybe he is ready because he has been in full training for 2-3 weeks now. So there's a possibility. Yes, he's only played 45 minutes. That was in an under-23 game the other week in which we did actually lose 3-0. But is he rushed back? I don't think so. Martinelli
Would you risk him?
Is a player that we really need back. I think for the bench, yes. I'll put him on the bench. Give him like 10-15 minutes possibly at the end of that game if we need a bit of energy, a bit of power. Put him on the bench.
You want to know somebody who I'm a bit worried about? On your last stream, I mentioned it, Iwobi. I think he's gonna be a man. He's gonna be a man possessed. He's gonna turn into Iwobinho, bro. He's gonna.
When I was doing that combined 11 with the Everton fan, she actually said she thinks Iwobi is better than Saka right now, and it was tough for me to argue.
Bro, his
he will turn up.
Joke, Iwobi. Even though he's not good at a lot of things.
That's what you think, Nathaniel. Wait for tomorrow. He's going to turn into Xavi. His hold-up play, all that, it will be top-notch.
He's going to turn into Adama Traore, just hold the man off, tracking back, and just, like, he doesn't score goals, but he gets his teammates involved in the game. Like, if you watch the Chelsea game, he was so
skillful player, I've always thought that. He's a skillful player, but at Arsenal, he just didn't have his end product. He always seemed to fly over or something, but he's always a skillful player.
Like our fans always abuse him, but one thing I'll give him is that he always had a goal. It doesn't matter if he was losing; he always have a goal, just like Guendouzi. He always have a goal.
The best part about Iwobi, we got 40 million out of him.
Yeah.
But I actually thought he only needed a manager who could actually help him. Like you'd see Sterling at Liverpool, because Sterling at Liverpool, it was a nice guy who missed, chances on the line. At Manchester City, he's one of the leading goal scorers in the league.
Yeah, because at Liverpool, he used to dribble too much. But when he went to City, Pep was like, you know what? You only dribble when you need to dribble. All he used to do is just get the ball, do step overs, try and be missing assists. I mean, he still misses assists today, but we're not going to talk on that. But I mean, that's what a good manager does to you. He improves your game. And I think that's what Ancelotti is doing to Iwobi. He's making him a good team player.
That's why we should have got Ancelotti and not this manager.
Mazawai says, guys, don't worry about Iwobi. He's not going to score against Arsenal. He can run, but no end product.
That's what I said as well. But he'll turn into something else tomorrow. He'll turn into some next level prime Messi tomorrow. Don't you worry about that.
I think if he gets Bellerin and Rob Holding, it's easy to get better of them on a couple of occasions. Then you can just utilize one or capitalize on 2 chances, and you win the game.
It's too predictable with Arteta. We all know Bellerin's going to start tomorrow. We all know Holding's going to start tomorrow. Willian probably will start tomorrow. Obviously, we know Xhaka's not, but someone else you'll probably start Ceballos and Oneni. I'm telling you now, it's too predictable. But if we can predict it, guess who else can predict it? Every other manager in the Premier League, and they can plan against it. And they know we know Holding and Bellerin are starting down that side. So Ancelotti knows that as well, and he's going to tell Richarlison, "You twist and turn Bellerin, and you're going to get goals. You're going to get joy." No wonder Southampton didn't target that right hand side because Ainsley was playing. They know he's good. He's better than Bellerin. Only when Nathan Redmond came on, he was twisting Ainsley, but that was pretty much it. But Bellerin's going to be on toast tomorrow with Richarlison. And they're going into good form. They beat Chelsea, they beat Everton. They're doing good. They're looking good. Sorry, they beat Leicester as well.
Leicester and Chelsea, yeah. And I think that's giving them a lot of confidence. But what's your prediction? Final prediction? You think HJ, could it be 2-0, 2-1 Everton?
2-1 loss.
2-1 loss.
2-1, 2-0 Everton, 2-1, 2-0.
2-1,
2-0.
Guys, like thank you so much for coming on. That has been very, very massive and wonderful to have you for 1 hour. Actually, I think we discussed for 1 hour and a couple of minutes. But I wanted to do a Premier League, not even a footy talk show, but I don't know if I can manage. Time is really running out. But I can see. Let me see if I can do a footy talk show. There are so many things to talk about. Robert Lewandowski's success, the Ferenc Puskás goal that went to Son. Guys, before we go, before we go to that, I mean, Son's goal against Burnley, Puskás award.
I feel like there was a better goal than that.
Me too. I felt like that. I was like, it wasn't the best of them all.
Which one won it? Which goal won it? Burnley.
Yeah,
Son's against Burnley.
Yeah, Burnley. Against Son. Yeah, Son against Burnley.
Yeah, I thought the one De Bruyne scored against Newcastle was much better than the Son one.
There was
There's one De Bruyne scored against Newcastle was really good.
Yeah, but I mean, I think there were better goals in. But anyway, it was a solo run that I think he was against almost 8 players or 6 players of Burnley. I think that's why they gave him.
Yeah, I remember.
Reece James against Brighton. That goal was a banger. Do you remember that? It was like the first game of the week. I mean, the season.
Yeah.
I think you can replicate that one, Nathaniel, but I don't think you can replicate Son's one. But also, he's been through a lot, man.
Glenn, if you're talking about replication, then there is the Suarez goal, the flick, the back heel. That is that is not easily
What about Haller's goal? Obviously, that's the next season's one, but. Yeah, that was good as well.
I mean, Son has also been through a lot, man. That guy's had to go to the military twice, so I think they're just rewarding him. Let him win.
He's shooting the ball and shooting guns at the same time.
Yeah, man. So let him get rewarded, man. So I'm okay with that. I think it was a good goal.
Did you see Ronaldo's face?
He's got a proper manager behind him as well.
Yeah. And Robert Lewandowski, you think he deserves that? He deserves the award?
Well deserved. Been brilliant. Deserved.
He's been the best.
He's very good. He's very good. Every time you check the Bundesliga scores. Yeah, every time you check the Bundesliga scores, he has scored.
Actually, I think he's one of the most underrated players. He should be, getting into the levels of Neymar, Messi, but he's always not there. He just finds himself not on that list. So, guys, thank you so much for coming on. And this has been the match preview, Arsenal up against Everton. Nice one. We streamed it for almost as long as we could. So, I'll catch you tomorrow in the morning when we talk again about Arsenal, 10 a.m. as usual, then 4 p.m. That is, if nothing changes. Then the late show. As always, come on, you Gunners.
We'll be